off-putting as well. So, Ale.
No, at the it's a little special, the film, no? Because
yes.
at the first time I don't understand everything, and for the first 30 minutes, the only character is WALL-E. So you think that all the film it with him, and then when they met Eve, you start to understand that it was a relation or emotions which emerged, but it's difficult to follow the film for me, because at the first time I don't understand if WALL-E lives in a trash,
in another planet, perhaps.
in another yes, or between every trash, I don't know.
In a
And
dumpster.
then yes, in the dump. But I think that the film is with each no sé cómo decir, que busca en nosotros, position us to see each part of the film and connect each part with emotion, with different emotions, and with the relationships, and what and how each character develop in each part of the film. I don't know.
It's interesting what you mentioned, Ale, because it's true. There are different characters, but there are also different stages in the film. Like you feel intrigued perhaps at the beginning, then you feel something else when Eve shows up, then you feel another thing when you get to see humans on the ship. So it kind of puts you into different, or it should put you into different states of emotion. Yes, I agree with you.
Yes.
Were you going to say something, Diego?
No, that she was right. Yeah, yes. Okay, let's see the new ones. Anna, what do you think about this question? What do you think about that, the position that the director wants the audience to be?
Sorry, but I didn't understand the question, the first question.
Oh, no problem. Okay, we can paraphrase it. Actually, the characters are presented, I mean, in a way at the beginning, and one of the questions later on says, how do characters change? Because most of them change. They have a little evolution throughout the story. So when the director presents WALL-E the way he presents him, like lonely in this planet, what does the director make you want to feel?
Okay.
Or even more, or even in simpler words, Anna, what did you feel when you look at WALL-E there all alone?
I don't know. Maybe I felt, I don't know. I felt sad for him.
Okay.
A
Yeah.
pity. I don't know, because he was alone, and he wanted how do you say?
Yeah, apart from that, think of the landscape. It was a kind of desolated landscape. He was all alone there, and I think that, yes, I understand it. You feel sorry for him, or you feel sad for him. That is, as Matthias is saying, is at the very beginning, because our idea, our mind changes throughout the movie. But yes, at the beginning, it is a desolate landscape. Well, we feel sad about him. Yeah, yes, you're right, Anna. What do you think about this, Luz?
When I read the question, I didn't understand that, but now I do. So
Okay, that's positive.
sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Alice said that Wally was alone in the first part of the movie, and he was with the cockroach. I don't know how to pronounce it. And then because in the first part, when he is like, I can't remember it right now, but so well, but I do remember, he was like cleaning the planet, because that's what he does, and it was like very automatic. Like he was very automatic, and then when the cockroach appears, something human in him, in it, I don't know how to call Wally, in him appears something more human, and there's when I felt sad for him, because he kind of had feelings too. I don't know if I explained.
Yeah,
you did. Actually, at least you did for me, Luz. What feelings was Wally showing by doing the things he was doing, apart from his job, which he carried on doing for the rest of his life? I mean, he carried on recycling, reallocating the waste and recycling it, but he started doing other things. And
it was
the question is
merciful. He was like, yes, that I don't know. He had a lot of mercy for the life.
He was merciful.
The plant.
Yes, he felt that for the moment that he thought he had killed the cockroach. He felt
yes.
Empathy for the plant. Yes, Caro?
Empathy, yes.
I said that Wally started to feel love, something love inside him for it. After hearing the music in the old TV, and it started to have some human feeling.
And what feeling was that?
Like missing something.
What do you call that? What do you call that? Yes, nostalgia. He seemed to be having nostalgia for something that he had not lived, by the way. I mean, he was nostalgic for something that he had never lived in his life. Yes, Caro, you're right.
Yes, his life was very boring with the insect. I didn't know how to say.
Cockroach.
Said, sorry?
Cockroach.
Cockroach. I don't like it at all. So yes, he felt he did automatic stuff, activities, but nothing new happened in that land. it was every day was the same.
Yes, I mean, there was nothing else he could do apart from his job. So he decided to have a kind of human action. Well, yes, I mean, we mentioned nostalgia, by the way, Diego. We were talking about WALL-E being nostalgic from a past that he had not lived. And he started collecting things. What did he collect and why did he collect that, Mr. Flores? I don't know how to call you. I'm going to call you Diego too or whatever, because, you know, we have another Diego in the classroom. Sorry.
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Yes, I was saying, why? Okay, I'm coming. Why does he say, or why does he collect things? Why do you think he collects things?
I think that he collects things to learn about past, the humankind that lived before. But I think that he collects things because he likes that. He likes to watch movies, that music. He loves to dance.
A very particular robot, because as Luz was saying, is it he? Is it it? We can refer to him as he because he does seem to have some kind of personality. I
Yes.
think it's only fair to call WALL-E a he or she, whatever you want. But I mean, he does have a life, in simple words.
Yes, he
Okay.
was like a innocent, or like a kid maybe, and he's not like the typical robot, the typical idea that we may have of a cold, emotionless robot.
We do have examples of that later on the film. I mean, at the beginning, Eve was pretty much like that. I mean, she did not show any kind of emotion apart from, you know, her mission. But then, well, she kind of changed after that. All right, let's pass on to the next question because I don't want to be here that long because we got some others. And I think this is very much related to the previous question. How deep or how do the characters change? How do they develop throughout the story? Some of them change physically, but most of them change as regards their personality. Again, we're talking about robots, but they have showed some personality in the film. Anna, what about you? How do you think they have changed? In what way?
Okay, sorry. Time ago, you were talking about nostalgia. Nostalgia. How do you pronounce that word?
Nostalgia. If you're talking about the noun, nostalgia. And nostalgic.
Okay, you were talking about that, but WALL-E doesn't feel nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
Okay, he doesn't feel that because nostalgia is when you miss something that you know, but WALL-E didn't know that word.
I agree with you. That's why we were saying that he was nostalgic.
He was new. He knew there were that desolated landscape. So he doesn't. How do you say? He's unable to feel nostalgia because
in a way he would be. Yeah. No, I mean, I agree with you. You're right. That's why we were saying he was nostalgic for something he had not lived, which is a kind of a paradox, because if you have not lived it, then you could not be nostalgic, which is what you're saying. And I agree with you. But I mean,
the other question.
And yes, the next question was how have the characters changed throughout the story? You look beautiful.
Okay.
Yes. I'm sorry, I was
The,
trying to.
for example, at first of the movie, or during the old movie, WALL-E is a good robot who has good feelings, but at the end, he changed because he became in a normal robot.
For a moment, he did. He became like
moment,
this automatic dead.
Yes.
I mean, dead.
But
Yeah.
but during the old movie, he is the same because he is good. The complete movie.
Mm.
On the contrary, Eve, she is normal. She doesn't have feelings, and she, how do you say? She only makes his job. I don't know. Maybe she is an automatic or a machine. So,
She was only
WALL-E
worried
is
about the. Sorry for the interruption. She was only worried about the directive. That's everything. That's the only thing she mentioned. Directive, which was her order, her mission. She was only worried about the mission, nothing else.
Mission. Yeah, something like that. But so she doesn't have feelings. ¿Cuál voy a decir lo mismo? But with
No,
but with WALL-E helps, she at the end she transformed herself. How do you say? I don't know.
yeah, she evolved.
Okay, evolved. Okay.
Evolved.
Thank you.
All right. It's okay. You don't need to push it. Luz, Diego, Ale, Caro has just connected.
Yes.
I think.
I see that I saw when I saw the movie, when I watched it, I saw that Eve changes the most or more than WALL-E, because he was very, like, as I said before, very human before, and then he's still very human robot. But Eve, she was like very robot. It was the same word, but very automatic. And then when she met WALL-E, she discovers something else, like another world. The movies, happiness in the movies, with the dancing and everything, and the singing too. Yes, you were saying?
Oh yes, I was going to point out that, well, I actually ask you, which was the defining moment for Eve's definite change in the movie? I mean, what happened that made her realize, like, oh, okay, now I don't want to say anything else, but what made her finally change for good?
I think, well, I think it was when WALL-E fall through the tube.
Yes.
I think, or I think I didn't remember who, or I think the captain.
Actually, it was Otto, the big artificial intelligence. Yes, he electrocuted WALL-E. WALL-E fell down the dumpster. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, and WALL-E went through the tube, and I think Eve felt that he had lost Wally and started to feel or to have a human feeling. I think this was the point. I don't know if you.
Yes, I mean you're there. I was going there actually. That this feeling of, I mean, missing Wally.
Yeah.
But this is also this is even more evident at one point in the movie, which is I don't know if it was before that or after that. I think it was before that. No, actually, I think it was after that, in which yes,
it was when Wally is deactivated.
I would say yes. No, before that.
No,
I can't remember.
If try to reanimate Wally by hanging his or touching his hand. I don't know.
Yes, it was her hand with his claw, because he had like a kind of claw, and yeah, but no, it was before that. Do you remember, Diego or Ale? I mean, she felt that necessity of touching his hand because she finally missed him. But what happened for that? What happened for her to finally miss Wally? Why did she start to really care about Wally? She saw something and she was like, oh, Wally, really? You were looking after me when I was off mode. Remember when Eve found the plant? She was like, she like kind of turned herself off, waiting for instructions. And no matter if it was raining, if it was hot, if there was a tornado or whatever, Wally was always with her, looking after her with the umbrella and everything.
When the plant was inside her.
Yes.
She felt that he have live inside.
Yeah, that she had
something
life.
Like life.
She had a security camera, and then she
Yes.
sees that. Yeah, I remember.
She had like a security camera, and when the captain is trying to ask her for information, he says, well, okay, I'm going to watch it myself, so he can see everything that Eve has seen. And her security camera activates, and there she can see that Wally was there with her all the time. And that was really sweet, of course, of Wally, and very innocent, like Diego said. Wally was very pure, very innocent, very like a child. Hold it there. Hold that thought. We're going to come back right away, porque ya se corta la llamada. Ahí la reinicio, mismo enlace, todo mismo. Ahí venimos, ¿eh?